and welcome to Ouroboros Automotive. My name's Logan, and today what we are working on is the Jeep Cherokee. So what it ended up happening was I found that I was leaking a substantial amount of oil from underneath my Jeep, and come to find out a hole had rusted through the side of my oil pan. So I ended up having to replace my oil pan. That being said, I don't have anything on the removal of the oil pan, mainly because it was a lot of swearing and a lot of issues and a lot of anger, and on top of that it was raining. I was trying to get this done in 2 days and have it operational, but it just didn't end up happening. So where we are at now is I am putting the oil pan back in, and the reason why this was such a pain is there are videos out there of people replacing these oil pans and not having any issues. My problem is that I am only running a 2-inch lift on my Jeep, so there are a lot of things that get in the way while I'm trying to do this. So what I ended up having to do was disconnect the drag link, as you can see right here, and as the book says, I disconnected the motor mounts, placed a board right underneath the harmonic balancer, and lifted the engine up. Well, it didn't give me enough clearance because I kept hitting the axle tube trying to come out of the back with this oil pan. I did also remove the exhaust manifold, or the exhaust port, exhaust pipes, which are those dual cats. That helped, but still did not give me what I needed. What ended up happening was I called my dad out, and he had the brilliant idea of, why don't we disconnect the shocks and lift the body away from the axle while also jacking up on the engine in order to clear the tube. So what I ended up having to do is remove my front sway bar, remove my drag link, remove the bolts from the top of my shocks, remove my motor mounts, remove this exhaust pipe, which took literally 2 hours for one bolt. Terrible design. But that was just to get the pan out. Now we are here. I have the pan back up, and I am ready to put this oil pan gasket on. I am ready to get this thing back on the road. So first and foremost, what we're going to have to do is you have to put RTV on the 4 corners of the block, and that is going to be, yeah, there we go, right here on the front. So each side of that, all right, right there is one point. You'll do it on the other side as well. And then when you look at the back of the engine, you'll want to put RTV right back in this corner as well. Okay? These little dowel rods, those little blue dowel rods are actually, they actually come with the Fel-Pro oil pan gasket. And that is one of the main reasons why I ordered it. I also enjoy Fel-Pro a lot more than I do other brands. But if you decide not to use the Fel-Pro brand gasket and you don't get those dowels, then what you can do is also just make your own by cutting a 1/4 inch by 1/2 inch bolt. Cut the head off of that, and then use a cutoff wheel to cut a notch into it so you have a place to put a flathead screwdriver, and there you go. You have an alignment dowel in order to put on the oil pan. So what I'm going to do is put the RTV on, put that gasket up there, and then for the 1/4 inch bolts, they will get torqued down to 84 inch-pounds, and for the 5/16 inch bolts, which there are 4 of them, those will get torqued down to 134 inch-pounds. Inch-pounds. Make sure you're using inch-pounds. Otherwise you'll warp your pan, and you might screw up some other stuff, or you might break a bolt off, and then you're going to be even more angry. So that is how I'm going to do this. That is the process in which you need to do this. Normally I would have a longer video of how this all got done, but in all honesty, the frustration is way more than I want to deal with right now. And so this is what you got. And I hope these little tips help you when you are doing your own oil pan. So thanks again for joining me, us, Me and the Jeep. Us this week. And make sure to go check out my website and pick up some merch if you're interested, or pick up a sticker, or make sure you go check out my website, pick up a shirt if you're interested, pick up some decals, show your support. Thanks again, and I'll catch you guys later.